is about
Hmm.
the cold flu antiviral product pack.
Okay.
Okay, so got that. Very excited to have that. Now my question is, how how do I know which oil to use in a given case? So let's say a friend
I
says,
would rotate through all of them. They're very similar, and I even looked at like just blending the four of them together because if you look at it from a chemical point of view, they're different, but they all have like an aspect of the chemistry that's very similar, and so they are very synergistic with each other. And blending them together seemed to diminish it rather than making it stronger. And so I would say just inhale and like rotate them. Like, it could be in one sitting, or it could be like, okay, I'm going to do Naoli in the morning, I'm going to do Ravensara in the afternoon, and then, I'm going to, maybe do radiata, eucalyptus radiata in the evening. um, take a little tea tree internal. The only one not to take internal would be the eucalyptus radiata. The other three you can do. And even if you took a little bit of radiata, it would be okay, but eucalyptus can get toxic with a big enough dosage. It has to be a really big dosage, but still, I just don't encourage people to do that.
Mhm.
But you could rotate just applying them, and the idea is that with like kind of a rotational effect is your body it constantly gets used to like whatever you're doing in repetition, and that can be good sometimes, but there's times where you just want to kind of keep mixing it up a little bit. And whenever you're dealing with the immune system, you are dealing with a system that has a bit of a memory. And so, there's things that you want to do, but at the same time, it doesn't have to be super like regulated or something. You have things that are in that vein, and you just can kind of rotate them. Like if your energy levels are a little low, Ravensara or Naoli might work a little bit better. But at the same time, you'll notice like you inhale them, and even though they might be strengthening and increasing your energy levels, at the same time, they might relax you and make you feel a little sleepy. And so you're regulating the immune system, and you're regulating some of the defense mechanisms in the body. And so there might be times where it increases your energy level, but at the same time it might even make you a little sleepy. And so the goal there is to keep the immune system up, and we're out of the times where the COVID was so bad. But now you still have you still have the flus that come around every year, and they're mutate all the time. And the thing that I would say too is, before COVID, there was flus, influenzas and things that were going around where whooping cough was like really bad in adults. And like the year before COVID happened, um, people were getting uh, there was an increase in numbers of whooping cough, and there was in adults, and there was an increase of a thing called croup, which is
Mm.
like your air passage just like tightens up and shrinks. And so it's like almost like the air supply gets like starts to get cut off. Not because you have mucus in your lungs, it's just literally the diameter of it like shrinks. And that was really bad that year before COVID happened. And I was just reading some information about this like cold and flu influenza season, and that whooping cough thing is coming around again.
Mhm.
And those oils in that pack all kind of address the it's not maybe the best thing for the croup, but like croup wasn't really coming up, so that pack is really good for, anything that's viral, any version of like of a flu, cold and flu. But also if you're trying to treat like and prevent whooping cough or anything like that in an adult, like that would be kind of the go-to pack. And so I would just say inhale a little bit on your skin from time to time, maybe an occasional salt bath, going back to the diffuser thing, you can diffuse it. Um, do some version of that and just kind of keep rotating them.
So if somebody's having symptoms like that, just get them started
I
doing
would just have them inhale and then rotate.
okay, all right. Is there
Yeah.
any concern about if somebody's on medications, blood pressure medications
No,
or anything like
no,
that?
and it no, and even like radiata is gentle enough to where, most like the Eucalyptus globulus, which is like the normal eucalyptus, is way too strong for kids, but radiata is so gentle that you could even use it on children, like little kids.
Okay. And for adults, taking it not that one internally, but the other three internally.
Yeah, like two or three
Again,
drops. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, even if you needed to go bigger
yeah,
because somebody was in the middle of getting sick.
yeah.
I mean, I do 3 drops maybe every 4, 6 hours. Like
Okay.
one of the things that I have people do for urinary tract infections is have them take like 2 or 3 drops of tea tree every 4 hours for
Hmm.
like several days. And it
Hmm.
usually will knock out the urinary tract infection.
Hmm.
And so if you're dealing with like a cold or flu situation, every 4 or 6 hours, I would say do it.
Hmm. Yeah, I've used tea tree like that for myself, both for
Yeah,
urinary tract and also just if I feel something coming on, I just take a
yeah,
couple
totally.
drops. And boy,
Yeah, it knocks it out.
yeah, it's really good. It
Yeah.
tastes
All,
terrible.
all of those are really like they're really potent for like cold flu, bacterial infections, and you know, like if we knew specifics of a like a bacterial infection or something, there might be something a little bit more potent, but all of those stand out.
Hmm. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the gift of it
My pleasure.
and have a wonderful New Year's Eve and we'll
You
talk
too,
next
you
year.
too.